Are we good? Are we ready? Okay, great. What's up, you guys? Welcome to a new episode of Toni Approved. Today is July 23rd, 2019, which means it is the birthday of the beautiful Michelle Williams. Toni Approved has to definitely shout her out for her birthday. And if you guys don't know who she is 1/3 of the mega superstar girl group, trendsetter, history making, Destiny's Child. I just thought that would be a great introduction. I'm not gonna tell her age because, women, you're not supposed to tell their ages and all. But reason number one why I love Michelle so much is because of her spirit. Michelle is always so funny and always has something so uplifting to say. Being a fan of Destiny's Child, I always paid attention to their personalities and how they got along, and Michelle always has something very uplifting to say. Never rude, never negative, always just a beacon of light. And I think that's why she gelled so well with the other ladies. When we've seen, and this is not only just us speaking of her time in Destiny's Child, but when we see Michelle on different things that she's done since leaving the group, Michelle has always been consistent, always been the same, always been just that great spiritual, uplifting person. Michelle is what I would consider a modern day prophet, because prophets spread the word of the Lord using their voice. They could be in speeches, they can be in talks. In Michelle's case, it is her music. Michelle's voice is very unique. It has its own sound to it. For those who don't know, Michelle has 4 albums out. She has 3 gospel albums, and then she has a, we'll call it, traditional music album. And I'm so thankful for Michelle actually putting out gospel music, because for me, honestly, growing up, church was forced down my throat, and I wasn't really trying to get onto no type of gospel artist. Because of Michelle's music, I actually stayed connected with the Lord, because at one point in my life, I really was only listening to Michelle, and that was the only version of gospel that I actually could get into. After over a while in time, I started to get into other different artists. I think I actually liked Mary back in the day too. I did. I liked them a lot back in the day too. Hey, can you quiet down, son, please? I definitely listened to a lot of her gospel music. Well, Mary, I did kind of get into them kind of a little bit as well. But Michelle was the artist that I actually genuinely liked and followed the most. And even today, I still listen to her albums. I listen to her song, You Care For Me, when I'm praying at times at night. Say yes. Care for me. When I was down, that's why I depend on you, 'cause I know you love me so true. And I love you. I'll praise your name. Yes, I will. Say Yes is definitely my praise dance song whenever I'm giving a lot of praise and thanks to the Lord. And then even when it comes to her track, We Break the Dawn. This was one of the most sickening tracks I've ever heard Michelle sing on top of in her solo career. Michelle and Rico Love don't get enough shine for the work that they did for her album, Unexpected. Everybody kind of brushes past his time with Michelle, and I wish they got more shine and more recognition when it comes to that. I also love Michelle's strength and who she is as a human being. Michelle talked about on Being Michelle how, during the time of the breakup with Farrah, how, she watched Beyonce and Kelly go through the whole backlash they went through after losing LaToya and Latavia, and then to turn around and lose Farrah. She felt like, okay, I'll eat this, I'll stay in the group, even though she didn't say that she was having any issues or any reason as to why she would want to leave. But Farrah leaving the group more glued her in, because she didn't want them to have to suffer for any excess or any other backlash to go through that whole breakup situation again. And on the flip side, it definitely did cost her. Now, all 3 members of Destiny's Child have dealt with backlash in their own type of way, but Michelle has definitely been the butt of a lot of major jokes when it comes to them. And for her to still be uplifting, for her to still be respectful, for her not to be bitter, for her not to be losing herself or losing her character, and to carry that backlash with grace, only person that could have did that is Michelle Williams. So Michelle, never forget the strength that you have, because that is God-given, and you're the only. That is God-given, and you're one of the strongest people in this music industry. Finally, I love Michelle because of her honesty. Michelle didn't have to come out and tell everybody that she's been dealing with depression. Michelle could have kept that to herself and pretend to be this happy cookie cutter, artist, but that's not what she decided to do. We need more artists on her platform speaking out, which we have several, don't get me wrong, but we need more artists on her level speaking out against mental illness, speaking out and making it a normal part of conversation. I worked on mental health units before, so I see the difference in the criteria of mental illnesses. Some people just have real issues with dealing with day-to-day life, you know, so they suffer with depression, they suffer with anxiety. They really mostly just be needing somebody to talk to, and maybe mild forms of medication, because you know everybody's raised differently, everybody receives different type of support as they're growing up in life. And then you have the other spectrum of mental illness, which are more of the chronic mental illnesses that interrupts your normal day living and can cause you to not be able to perform as a normal member of society. And unfortunately, when people hear the word mental illness or someone says they're suffering from depression, sometimes all of those are clumped in together, when in reality we as a community need to have different places set up just for people who definitely need to talk, definitely need to get a lot of stuff off of their chest. And I know we have them, but sometimes it can be expensive and people might not have the insurance for it. But we should do better as a community to make sure that we're taking a negative stigma away from mental illness and offering more ways of supporting people who are actually dealing with that. And those are just some of the reasons why Toni Approved loves Michelle. You know, and just a little personal story of mine when it comes to Michelle. Michelle was actually the first member of Destiny's Child I actually had a major interaction with. Well, a major interaction on my scale. I remember when I was in college, I believe it was my sophomore year, Michelle was doing a Q&A questioning on Twitter, and she was asking people, you know, who's in college, what they graduating, what are you gonna do? I believe I responded something like, only have 4 semesters left, something along those lines. So I can find a screenshot of the tweet, I'll upload it into this video. If not, then I couldn't find it, you guys. But not only did she like and retweet the tweet, but she responded and she said, oh wow, keep going. And that's something that she didn't necessarily have to do. And I remember that making my whole afternoon, actually I made my whole week, just to know that, hey, a member of Destiny's Child actually responded to me. And you know, so of course, when you send out positive energy like that, you have to have it return back to you in some type of way. And that's all Toni Approved is wanting to do. And Michelle, I hope you enjoy your birthday, get a lot of love and a lot of sunshine. If you guys, as my viewers, like this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe so you can be in the know of everything that comes on at going on at Toni Approved. Comment down in the comment section about your best moment and what you remember the most about Michelle Williams. And while you guys are at it, please make sure you check out her single Fearless on Tidal and all of your other streaming sites. This song is very important and everybody should be listening to it. I don't understand why this song get more plays and more attention when it drops. You know, it talks about being fearless, and that's something that all of us needs to be moving forward. All of us need to embody when it comes to trying to move forward and be successful.
Giving the best of life, 'cause I'm
God didn't give us a spirit of fear. So in any time that you're going through something and you're feeling fearful about it, it's either your natural gut trying to protect you from something, or it's just the devil stopping you from where it is that you're trying to go. So you have to check that and remind yourself that you are fearless. That was so the most. And while you're here, make sure you check out some of my previous videos, like my favorite Missy Elliott playlist, for an example, as I go into more details as to why Missy Elliott deserves to be in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and which songs of hers can still be thumping real good in the summer. Until next time, God bless, and thank you for watching Toni Approved.